Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The Lakers already have top-tier stars in Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves, and the current need is to sign solid players who can make the Lakers a deep team. At this point, it is fairly well established that the Los Angeles Lakers flamed out against the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round of the playoffs due to their lack of depth, defense, and athleticism, especially in the frontcourt. That is why it is their top offseason priority to address those weaknesses. Since they have limited financial resources and the free agent market for centers is not great, the Los Angeles Lakers will likely need to be active on the trade market to find a starting center. A trade similar to the voided deal for Mark Williams at the deadline, requiring LA's 2031 first-round pick and Dalton Knecht, will be the way to get a quality center. Enter Goga Bitadze from the Orlando Magic. The 25-year-old Georgian center is one of the more underrated big men in the NBA. Stuck behind Wendell Carter Jr. and Mo Wagner in the crowded center rotation in Orlando, Bitadze has flashed intriguing defensive upside and solid offensive production, albeit in limited minutes. He averaged 7.2 points, 6.6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1.4 blocks in 20.4 minutes per game last season on an impressive 63.1 true shooting percent. Los Angeles Lakers receive Goga Bitadze. Orlando Magic receive Dalton Knecht. Shake Milton. Protected LAL 2031 first-round pick. The most intriguing part about the fit in Los Angeles is the fact that he is on the same timeline as Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves. The 6'11" center is under contract for 2 more seasons and has a team-friendly salary of $8.3 million for the 2025-2026 season. The downside for trading for Bitadze is that the Lakers would ideally need to find a solid backup at the same level as him. The Orlando Magic center has never played more than 20 minutes per game in his career, and the Lakers would be wise to get 48 minutes of solid center play. Even though giving up Knecht and a future first-rounder may seem too much to pay, the Lakers can have some insurance by putting some protections on that first-round pick. This may not seem like the sexiest trade out there for Lakers fans, but it is a pretty low price to pay for a big man with untapped potential. Bitadze is not going to average 20 points and 10 rebounds anytime soon, but he's a very good rim protector and a rebounder. He doesn't have too many weaknesses in his game and can be a decent pick-and-roll partner for Doncic. Considering how limited the center market is out there, this might be one of the better and cheaper options the Lakers can realistically acquire without giving up any of their key players. Lakers expected to add veteran big man and re-sign 2 key players in free agency. The Los Angeles Lakers are expected to have a busy offseason as they aim to become serious title contenders in the 2025-26 season. With free agency starting just over a week from now on June 30th, Bleacher Report's Eric Pincus has put out his predictions for the Lakers' 2025 free agency class. Clint Capella, LeBron James, Dorian Finney-Smith. Pincus thinks the Lakers will sign Clint Capella using the taxpayer mid-level exception. Capella averaged 8.9 points, 8.5 rebounds, 1.1 assists, 0.6 steals, and 1.0 blocks per game for the Atlanta Hawks in 2024-25. Lakers insider Anthony Irwin also listed Capella as one of the players the team is looking at to be their backup center next season. The Swiss big man is no longer at his absolute best, but would be a fantastic option off the bench. Capella remains a terror on the glass and provides some much-needed rim protection as well for the Lakers. They will face some competition for the 31-year-old services, and it will be interesting to see who he ends up with. Pincus expects Capella to be the only notable addition the Lakers make in free agency, with LeBron James and Dorian Finney-Smith re-signing with the team. James averaged 24.4 points, 7.8 rebounds, 8.2 assists, 1.0 steals, and 0.6 blocks per game in 2024-25. The 40-year-old has a $52.6 million player option for 2025-26, and he is expected to opt into it. Pincus thinks he'll either do that or sign a 2-year deal with a player option at a similar salary. It's a testament to James' greatness that the Lakers could give a man entering his 23rd season a 2-year contract worth over $100 million, and it wouldn't be deemed a ridiculous decision. The 21-time All-Star made the All-NBA second team in 2025 and is still a force on the court. Finney-Smith wasn't eligible for any honors after playing 63 games in 2024-25, but he had a positive impact on the court for the Lakers. The 32-year-old arrived via trade from the Brooklyn Nets midseason and averaged 7.9 points, 3.6 rebounds, 1.4 assists, 0.9 steals, and 0.3 blocks per game for LA. Finney-Smith helped elevate the Lakers' defense upon arrival. The veteran proved to be extremely important for the team, and retaining his services was always going to be a top priority. Like James, Finney-Smith also has a player option for 2025-26. Unlike his teammate, however, he is expected to decline his $15.4 million option. Finney-Smith also hinted that he won't take a pay cut to remain with the Lakers. Pincus thinks the 3-and-D wing will get a deal worth $12 to $16 million per year, and that the figure could be lower based on the length. Depending on the trades the Lakers make, this would be a solid free agency class. If they can acquire a good starting caliber center and a wing defender, they'd get a pretty good grade for this offseason. Would these moves make the Lakers title contenders in the Western Conference? Perhaps. You'd certainly expect them to fare better in the playoffs than they did this year, when the Minnesota Timberwolves eliminated them in 5 games in the first round. Lakers bring in 3 centers for pre-draft workouts. The Los Angeles Lakers have brought in 3 centers ahead of the 2025 NBA draft as they weigh their options for the number 55 pick. According to Hoopshype's pre-draft workout tracker, Auburn's Dylan Cardwell, Indiana's Omer Ballo and Alabama's Clifford Omoruyi were the centers in the 13-man list of prospects who have worked out with the Lakers. Cardwell was measured 6'9.25" with 7'0.75" at the G League Draft Combine. Ballo was measured 6'11.25" with 7'0.25" wingspan. Omoruyi was measured 6 feet 11 inches with 7'6.25" wingspan. The Lakers only have Trey Jemison 3, 2A, and Maxi Kleber as centers under contract for next season. Jackson Hayes, who started at center after Anthony Davis was shipped in the Luka Doncic trade, is an unrestricted free agent. He is unsure of returning following his benching in the Lakers' first-round loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Lakers will not find a starting caliber center late in the draft, but they could find a developmental center who can serve as a depth piece. Underscore 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 underscore. Molly's Pride. Play. Ballo is the most decorated among the centers who worked out for the Lakers. He starred for Mali's silver medal run, the highest finish for an African nation, in the 2019 FIBA U19 World Cup. The Malian star big man averaged 17.6 points, 11.8 rebounds, and 3.8 blocks per game, and he was selected to the All-Star 5. Ballo is hoping to become the 5th NBA player from Mali. NBA Draft Room described Ballo as a brute force in the paint who was built like a young Eddie Curry but with a bit more talent. One of college's most physical centers. Cardwell was one of the most physical centers in college, wrote Ersan Demir on his Substack newsletter called Ersan's NBA Draft Newsletter. But Ersan projects the 23-year-old big man to go undrafted and sign as an undrafted free agent by a contender. His archetype fits the need of every winning team to add to their depth chart. Cardwell's excellent understanding of positioning and intangibles of good decision-making in pick-and-roll and closeout defense adds value to a defensive rating. Offensively, he can't close games due to that low free throw percentage. Regardless, the non-shooting character of his game is compensated by his great screening, aggressive play finishing, and value as one of college basketball's best offensive rebounders, Demi wrote. Cardwell averaged 5.0 points and a career-high 5.1 rebounds, 2.5 coming from the offensive glass, during his senior year at Auburn. Shot blocking center. Omoruyi is the best defensive player among the trio of centers. The Nigerian center averaged a career-best 2.9 blocks, 10.4 points, and 8.3 rebounds during the 2023-24 season, his final year at Rutgers. This past season, the 23-year-old big man posted 7.9 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 1.1 blocks in a lesser role for Alabama. NBA Draft Room described Omoruyi as a super raw prospect, but has a chance to develop into a big-time center in the pros because of his elite physical tools. Walker Kessler is the defensive presence LA has been looking for. Walker Kessler is a talented defensive big that the Lakes have shown interest in, and he fills many of the holes the team had last season. Immediately after Luka Doncic arrived in Los Angeles, speculation arose about which big man would join him. Having just led a team to the NBA Finals with talented bigs by his side, the Lakers were quickly linked to centers around the league, but no one more than Walker Kessler. The 7-footer in Utah is the best young center available on the market, and would immediately shift the Lakers' fortunes on the defensive end. LA has reportedly already made an offer for Kessler, the latest confirmation of their heavy interest in the big. While just finishing his third year in the NBA, Kessler has already gained a reputation as one of the best rim protectors in basketball. He combines the 7 feet 4 inches wingspan with incredible timing and spatial awareness. What he lacks in lateral quickness, he makes up for in sheer size, as shown in the clip below. Watch as he comes up to defend the ball screen. The opposing offensive player believes he has a step and his shot is swatted off the backboard. Kessler helps create a no-fly zone at the basket with the ability to block and contest shots with either hand, something the Lakers have sorely missed since the departure of Anthony Davis. According to the NBA's tracking data, teams shot 11.6% worse in the paint when Davis was defending the basket, with Kessler right behind him at 10.6%. An important attribute of a great rim protector is a quick second jump, giving them the ability to recover and make multiple defensive plays on the same possession. Watch below as he jumps against the driving offensive player and still immediately takes away the dunk attempt by Alex Len. Very few centers can leave their feet in the clip above and still recover to still block a dunk attempt this clean. LA will undoubtedly be searching for a good shot blocker to pair next to Doncic, Austin Reeves, and LeBron James defensively. Kessler is a great one. Among centers who played at least 20 minutes per game, he ranked second in blocks at a monstrous 2.4 per game, trailing only Victor Wembanyama. Additionally, every modern center needs the ability to take advantage of verticality. Kessler is skilled at defending without fouling, as demonstrated in the clip below. The opposing offensive player drives and dishes it to the big man, where Kessler is waiting for the contest at the basket. Despite all the demanding tasks, Kessler averages just 2.2 fouls per game. This was a major concern for the Lakers bigs after the trade deadline. They had a tendency to accumulate quick and cheap fouls, particularly during the postseason. This issue ultimately led head coach J.J. Redick to remove the center position from the rotation altogether. Finally, Kessler uses all these tools to be a great rebounder, averaging 12.2 boards per game. He grabs 4.6 of those on the offensive glass, ranking him number 1 among all centers who played at least 30 minutes per game. On the offensive side, Kessler averages 11.1 points per game and is an easy lob threat target with good touch around the rim. He'd instantly give Doncic a deadly pick-and-roll partner to work with. As you can see in the clip below, he rolls into the open space, giving his guard a passing window to find him on the lob. LA's roster has a clear gap at the starting center position, where the roles of defensive presence and protector are an urgent need. Kessler closely fits that description, especially on an affordable contract, something clearly considered, as highlighted by the Mark Williams move. Acquiring young talent is always tricky, as the market cost for these players is impossible to gauge without being in the room. That said, the center market is bleak on free agents, making it possible that LA and Utah find a way to collaborate on another trade this summer. LeBron James jokes that rival star will push him into retirement. LeBron James addressed his eventual retirement, sort of, on Saturday with a funny jab at a rival player. James appeared at a panel at Fanatics Fest in New York on Saturday and brought up how much longer he will play. The Los Angeles Lakers star joked that San Antonio Spurs star Victor Wembanyama, who was also part of the panel, was going to drive him into retirement more quickly with his emphatic shot blocking. "I can't play that much further, and the more and more times that I play, as long as he keeps smacking my ing shots into the stands, he's going to make me retire," James joked. James has made it clear he has plenty of respect for Wembanyama, who is one of the leading lights among the NBA's next generation of superstars. One can hardly blame him for being fed up with the 7'3" center sending back his shots, though. For now, James is expected to play at least one more NBA season. Wembanyama should also be back next season, and appears to be having quite the offseason. Maybe he is tuning up for the new campaign with the aim of driving James into retirement even more quickly than before.